Hey guys, welcome to Thursday's edition of Mom Talk TV, and I am Brittany. Sorry about the light and everything else. It's 12 o'clock at night on, well, now Thursday. I was supposed to record this video during the day, but I got busy and just some unexpected visitors are coming, so yeah, I had to do some cleaning and stuff like that, so it was just a really crazy evening, but this video will be up on time, which is awesome, and I'm so excited about that. But this week's video is about parenting challenges, and I'm going to go about this a little differently than Edith and Melissa have already this week, and obviously everyone has their own parenting challenges, and obviously these are going to be specific to myself, but they may relate to someone else as well. So if I can help anyone in any way, I am happy with that. So I'm gonna go on the light subjects first, two light subjects first, and then I'll go into the deeper subject of something I really struggled with. So the first two things I really struggle with is juggling a toddler and a preschooler and time management. I have a 4-year-old son and a 1-year-old son, and juggling the two of them together is extremely difficult. My 4-year-old, he's used to, being alone, and now there's this other baby, and he's taking all his toys and everything like that. So it's really, really hard. And then he doesn't really understand that he has to help out around the house more and stuff like that, and that I can't just pay every waking moment paying attention to him. Like, I have to divide my time, and that's difficult to do with both of them. And it is hard, especially because, I have a toddler who I'm trying to teach things to, but then I have a preschooler who I'm trying to teach things to, and it's really, really hard. But I wouldn't change that for the world. I love them both a lot, a million times over, but it is hard. So that's definitely one of the challenges I face on my own, and well, obviously my husband too, but it's one of the challenges I face myself, and it's really hard juggling two different ages, and my 4-year-old just has his own personality, and he's definitely something else, so that's a tough one on that. The second subject would be time management. I have terrible time management ever since my baby became a toddler and only naps once a day. So it's really hard to manage doing a lot of things during the day. As you can tell, it is 12 o'clock at night, 12:30 almost, and I just had a shower. So obviously it's really difficult. With time management, I'm still trying to get the hang of having two kids as opposed to one child, and yeah, I'm still trying to work on a schedule right now. And yeah, I think that's just it's a really difficult challenge that I have, is time management right now. And I'm trying to figure it out. For the most part, I have a day schedule down, and it's getting even downer, and even though that doesn't make any sense, but it's working now. So I'm hoping to establish an even better scheduling system, and yeah, I hope it works. That's all I can say on that. And while I was actually just talking about all the stuff in the juggling a toddler and preschooler, I actually thought of something else I was going to mention, but I forgot to write down. Comparing my toddler and my preschooler to other children. I know that's probably a challenge a lot of parents face, is comparing your child to someone else's child. And it's a challenge I face. I know I do it a lot, where my 1-year-old isn't meeting accomplishments along with everyone else. Like, I have a bunch of friends whose babies are walking, and they're talking, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and my 1-year-old, he's not doing much of any of that. I mean, he's trying, but he's not there yet, and it's hard. And then I have my 4-year-old, and all these people are like, oh, my 4-year-old is this and that and blah 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 blah, and I'm just sitting here and pulling my hair out every day because I'm saying to myself, I wish my my preschooler would stop peeing in his pants, but you know, this is just, you know, you can't compare your kids to other kids because all kids are different. And I guess I just gotta come to terms with that. And I know it's something that a lot of parents with two children even struggle with, or even one child struggles with, because, you know, you see all these other people talking about certain things and you're like, how come my baby's not doing that? And how come my baby's so much older, or, you know, right on time, but my baby's not doing that and your baby's doing that? And then, you know, it just becomes a whole inside battle. So comparing my children, that's another challenge I really face. But I think the most challenging thing I've ever faced in my time as being a parent in the last 5 years, because my 4-year-old will be almost 5 in 6 more days. So I think the biggest challenge I've ever faced was having my second son. I dealt with the fact that I knew I was going to have a second child, and I was excited, and obviously I was over the moon. I was so excited. I've always wanted a big family, and having another baby was not a problem. And I still don't know what happened, and I don't know, maybe I was just exhausted considering I was in labor for 55.5 hours. Yeah, but we'll get into that at a different time. I could have been just really exhausted from, you know, the weeks and weeks that I was in early labor and all that, but I don't know what really happened. But when I had my first son, it was like, you know, they put him in my arms and I just overcame with all these emotions and all these feelings, and it was incredible. And it was like, how could I love someone so much? And then I gave birth to my second son, and I wasn't overwhelmed with that feeling, you know. I didn't fall right in love with him. And I know that's awful to say, and you can feel free to judge me. I judge myself about this all the time, and I think it's like probably the biggest challenge I've ever faced that I've never really talked about, like, to anyone, is that I sat there and I was like, I don't know what to think. And like I said, it could have been the fact that I was just really tired, but it took a few days to actually hit me that there was a second baby in my life, and I didn't feel like, oh, all these emotions and all these feelings like I felt with my first son. But over time I did get those feelings, obviously, and I mean, I wouldn't change anything for the world, nothing for the world, except that feeling. And it was just, it's so hard. And I think I'm going to get more into detail about this on my personal channel, but I've never really opened up about it, so it's really weird for me to talk about. But I think that's probably the biggest challenge I've ever faced, is because, you know, you expect so much and then you accomplish something so great, like that I've accomplished, and then you give birth and you're like, you're expecting something different. And maybe I put my expectations too high as well because of the feeling I got with my first son, and maybe it's different with the second child. I don't know, 'cause you only have a second child once. So I don't really know, but I think that's like the biggest challenge I ever faced, is that after I had him, I just wasn't overwhelmed with feelings. And maybe it's normal, maybe it's not, I don't know. I was never diagnosed with postpartum depression, baby blues, nothing like that. It was really weird. It was like, you know, I loved him and I knew he was there and I was so excited, and I was tired and I was emotional and in pain and confused. Well, not confused, but like there was a lot going on, you know. There was just a whole lot of things going on at one time that it was just like, you know, I thought to myself, am I ever going to love him the same as I love my first son? And I knew the answer to that was obvious. Like, it was obvious. Of course I would. I love them both equal, and I do love them both equal. But when I was sitting there and I was with him alone, and it was really weird. And then after the first day or two, once I actually got some rest, it was like this this overwhelming feeling, and all of a sudden it just happened and it hit me. And maybe it was the fact that I really wasn't as ready as I thought I was. I'll never know. But, it's hard thinking like, oh, am I gonna love my son the same way I do the other one? And it was like, it was really tough. And, and then you see him go through all these tests, and, they had him on all these monitors, and it was like, it was heartbreaking. And then it was like, not so heartbreaking at the same time, and it was really, really, really crazy, I'll say that. And like, now that I even look back on it, I'm just like, whoa, like, that's crazy. I guess I've never really talked about it, and it's really weird. And I don't know. I know that I'm happy. I can tell you that. I am happy. And I love my boys more than anything in this world. But it was just, I expected so much different. And then what I expected wasn't what happened. And I've heard a lot of people say that. And I know that it's something a lot of moms say, that when they have their second child, it's like, am I ever going to feel the same? And obviously you do. It's not about that. It's the fact that you're like in that moment, and they hand you that baby, and you love them so much. But it wasn't like I was in love, like where you fall in love with your child at first sight. I didn't have that feeling. And it sucks. I hate myself for it every day. But I wouldn't change it, because over time, obviously, it changed. And like I said, it could have been the fact that I was just so exhausted from being awake for 55 and a half hours. And obviously that's going to take a toll on someone with their emotions and mess with your mind. And I think that's probably the biggest challenge I've ever faced as a parent, and it was really hard. And yeah, like I said, I think I'll get more into this on my personal channel. Ugh. I'm getting confused. It's late. I think I'll get more into this one day on my personal channel or my blog. It's late. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm slurring words. Anyways, I guess that's everything for my parenting challenges. I'd like to hear your parenting challenges below, or if you have anything to say on what I've already talked about, go ahead and post them below, because I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. And yeah, if you want to talk to us on Facebook, go ahead and check us out on Mom Talk TV on Facebook. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to share more videos with you. And stay tuned for more. We will see you guys soon. Bye!